Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and coming to you on a very hot and steamy day on the Gold Coast in Australia. Sorry I'm late with the pick a card today. I've just got back from Brisbane. It's really hot up there as well. And I was in at Channel 10 doing the 2024 horoscopes. So that went live this morning. If I get a link, I'll put it up. Okay, the 2024 horoscopes, that's what been the big focus of my life for the last few weeks. But now we're going to do pick a card. So pick a number now between 1 and 5. And I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. Let's go to the board now. Okay, we're doing card number 1. I'm closing my eyes. What do I see? An iron, ironing out the problems. Gosh, it feels like an iron here today, I tell you. An iron, ironing out the problems of your life. Okay, so you're sorting some things out, straightening things out in your life. The card that comes up is the Fool card. It's all about taking a risk. Stepping out from known boundaries and sort of pushing the envelope a little bit. Somebody's probably trying to stop you or hinder you doing something new. It could be a part of yourself, or it could be maybe a friend or a family or a partner, maybe a family member. They're trying to hold you back, but you're taking action and taking that step. There's a lot of growth and development in that step as well. You may be wanting to branch out into something new because of these grey clouds in the background. Okay, there's a sort of feeling of uncertainty or maybe even doubt in the background, so you figure you better get on and do something else. Perhaps. I'm just guessing on that point. I don't say that psychically. Now you'll see here she's on the edge of a promontory, about to step off. Will she sink into the drink, or will she sprout wings and fly? Either alternative is okay. If you land in the drink, there's some really good natural gifts, talents, abilities down here in your subconscious. Hidden treasure chest you may find. Okay, if you sprout wings and fly, well, the sky is the limit. Okay, this is a major arcana card. The effects of this card will last for some months. It's very important. Take a calculated risk. Don't throw, common sense to the wind or anything ridiculous, but it's time to do something different, to get out into the world and to explore. Alrighty, number 2, card number 2, tea and coffee comes to mind. I do have a cup of tea here, and here's a plug. They're not paying me, and I only say this because I've been drinking this tea since 1994. It's Majura Estates tea at Clothiers Creek Road, Murwillumbah, just down the road from me. Well, somewhat down the road. Yeah, it's a bit of a hike, but I love this tea, and so I just love it. So it's 30 years I've been drinking it, and I just need it because the drive back, the traffic was so bad on the highway. Number 2, tea and coffee was what sprang to mind. If you are over imbibing, maybe you might consider, cutting back a bit. Now, is there anything else I can say for number 2? Oh, letters, cards, envelopes, messages coming to you. Oh, and also a packet of cigarettes here. If you're a smoker, you may consider giving up. The cigarette is a symbol of addiction, and it may in 2024 actually really fundamentally change, because Pluto's going into Aquarius on the 20th of January until the 1st of September, and addiction does go with Pluto. Okay, there could be some huge transformations around any addictions you may have. This card comes up, Justice. It's a major arcana card. It's pretty important again, and it's about karmic justice. It's about natural law, L-O-R-E. It can help you with human law, L-A-W, but it's really more about the spiritual reality of justice. Keep your feet on the ground. It's not the time for airy-fairy fantasy stories that we tell ourselves. Like I tell myself I'm going to lose 10 kilos. Yeah, sure. However, it just requires a lot of work and diligence, like anything. And so feet on the ground, stay practical, stay grounded. You're weighing things up, and then you're going to cut through the dross, and then you're going to make a very important decision by listening to your intuition, and this will help bring about natural justice. Okay, natural justice. Action will follow. Okay, major arcana, as I said. All right, we're up to card number 3. I've got Australian native animals, or if you're in the US or maybe Canada, it's a beaver, building dams, playing in rivers and things like that. Australian native animals are under threat, dreadfully under threat, and we lost 3 billion animals in 2019 due to the terrible fire storms. And the weather is so ridiculously crazy here. It is so hot. And then we had showers or rain actually at 2 a.m. last night, which we don't normally have rain at the time. It doesn't happen normally. But the animals, that's like a symbol. If you're Australian, that's a symbol of your natural instincts being under threat. Now the threats are different, because even though we should be having hot, dry weather now, we're having extreme cyclones. Like we had a storm. They didn't even classify it as a cyclone here where I live on the Gold Coast, but the wind gusts were 169 kilometres an hour, which is over 100. That's probably 105 miles an hour or something. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. It's over 100 miles an hour here. Now that's a cyclone really. But it wasn't classified as a cyclone, it was just classified as a storm. Lost 2 of my big pots on my porch with golden cane palms, totally wrecked. And so it was severe. And so we're having this to deal with this, but not just one, we're having multiple. So the weather is supposed to be hot and dry because of El Nino, or Nino, or however you pronounce it. I'm not good with pronunciations. And instead we're having floods, and where they just had Cyclone Jasper up in northern Queensland, far north FNQ, now they're having floods, and terrible floods. So this was in my predictions for 2023 that there would be flooding, even though it was supposed to be dry. So it's just crazy, and flooding down south as well. So listen to your instincts. Sorry, I digress. The heat, let me know in the comments, what's it called in Northern Australia, and I've just forgotten, but like Cairns in the Northern Territory, in the summertime when everybody goes like a bit Fruit Loops from the heat, it's got a special something madness, or anyway, I'm sure somebody knows what I'm talking about. What else do I see for number 3? I want to say bingo. I don't know why, I'm just having trouble getting the picture here. I can see something. Oh my God, what does this mean? It's Pink Floyd's Metal album cover, which was blue. It looks like a bit like an inside ear or something. I don't know, but it's underwater. Let me know if you know what that is all about. But I'll say, just for this, the purpose of symbolism now, keep an ear out. There's some news coming for you. Because there's water involved, it could be emotional or it could be from your subconscious. The card that comes up is the King of Pentacles. You're going to make some money soon. Some energies coming to you. And Spirit is saying, collect the harvest, that which you have worked for. Okay, so you may have been working very hard and your ship is coming in regarding your finances. Again, we have this energy, a sort of spiritual energy. This is the colour aubergine, which is a pretty cool colour in my book. Any sort of purples or those sorts of tones is cool, and in my mind. This is basically the third eye into the crown chakra. Third eye is a bit darker than this. It's called indigo. It's sort of a dark bluey purple inky colour. But this is basically saying, you know, you could have some crystal clear visions about your money supply and how you can make more money, or how you can receive the harvest that you are due. Number four, what do I see? This is a bit weird. I thought it was a candle. Turns out it's got a fuse. So it's in your hands. It's a bomb. Just be cautious. It doesn't. Now, this is not literal. Don't freak out. Nobody's getting blown up. But it means that there's something that you know about, and something that you're handling which could go off and work out the wrong way. Okay. I'm just watching it to see what happens here. The fuse is burning. It does go out. You put it out. Okay, well done. Because then I see a pair of fingers and they come out like this, and they put the wick out. And so this is saying there's a situation which is potentially uncomfortable or negative in some way. You see there's a problem, and then you fix it, okay, before it turns into a problem. So well done you if you've picked card number 4. The card that comes out is Hopes and Dreams and 9 of Cups. Maybe the things you've been hoping for and dreaming about could bring you more than what you counted on, okay? It's like biting off too big a bite, more than you can choose. Choose and chew, whichever, or both. And this is saying stay grounded, okay? Particularly these days, it's very easy to float off into the ether. So stay grounded, keep your feet on the ground, and take action. See those red legs, the subconscious in the background there. You're listening to spirit to give you signs and omens about what you're to do, okay? Coming to the end of something, maybe you give up on a dream and think, well, it's not very practical. Speaking of which, I had to do that yesterday myself. A little bit of an idea that I had. It wasn't anything major. I was thinking of growing my own wheat and milling it and turning it into flour for myself. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought it's just not worth the work, the amount of work. Growing wheat, I think, is relatively easy. I've got a few plants out there outside where I'm growing it at the moment, just for the chickens. But the processing into flour is a big job. So I've given up on that dream. I just don't think it's practical for my situation. So it could be something small just like that, but it means being practical and realising that, you know, it's a lot more than what you thought it was. Number 5. Number 5 is alive. What do I see? Okay, the colours are sort of white and pale blue. Feels very light and airy and crisp and lovely. I wish I had some air like that at the moment. Going high in the sky. There's energy here of Greek and Roman goddesses and gods, for that matter, in the sky. Maybe it's your ancestry, perhaps, or it might be you become interested in history. But there's some energy coming through about a very ancient way of conducting yourself, and it feels very spiritual. Okay, sorry that's not very clear. The card that comes up, the Emperor. It looks like Nero or Caesar or someone. Okay, so the ancient way of doing things is all about power, and it's can be power over people. It might be you exerting the power. This could be you, or it could be reverse role model. It could be somebody putting power over you. So the issue here is to be very clear-cut, to play by the rules, and then you'll be fine. And to call a spade, and be very honest and upfront, not to cut any do any shortcuts. This is like Capricorn, and so it's important that you're honest, you're diligent, and you get on with your work. If you're dealing with a government, instrumentality or agency, you have to play by their rules. You can't just make up your own, So action will be taken, but in very narrow constructs. So find out the rules first, and then you should be fine. And if it is, you that is in a subordinate position, you might need to stand up for yourself against this kind of energy. It's a major arcana card. It can be men over women. It can be, wealthy corporations over the smaller customers, the small customers. It could be any sort of extreme situation like that. But if you can stand up for yourself, make sure you're in the right, though. Some people like this energy because they feel safe, they feel comfortable, they know the rules, they play by the rules, and they're okay about it. I'm a bit rebellious myself, so I do not like this energy because it takes away from my creativity and tries to narrow me down, a little sort of chasm, but it's very small. It's a small sort of V shape they're trying to fit me in, and I don't fit in there. Okay, we've got 3 majors, we've got a king as well, and we've got a 9 coming up to the end of the cycle. This is a pretty important week coming up. The Fool, Justice, Pentacles, Cups, the Emperor. If you look at this just on a collective level, not about any of the numbers, somebody's wanting to step out, somebody's wanting to keep them in their place. Natural law will suffice. In the end, it will be what it is. And keep your hopes and dreams practical, down to earth, and then you can work out some sort of system to make them real and to actually manifest them. Okay, you might end up with money in the middle. Okay, that would be pretty cool. All right, thank you so much everyone for listening today. Like I said, really sorry I was late today with this. Have a great week. Don't forget, leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous, or share on your socials. That would really help me out a lot. Okay, have a wonderful week. I'll see you all again. I'll be back on Christmas Day. Okay, and I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I want to wish you a Merry 25th of December 2023. And I also want to wish you a very happy, healthy, and exciting 2024. There's some major changes coming up. The 2024 horoscopes will be up very shortly. Okay, so they're just being edited at the moment. Okay, I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.